Hey everyone, Spazzy Dragon here, aka Syndromes, and welcome to the first episode, or at least the introduction, to our new Let's Play. So, as you probably know, my Discovery Freelancer Let's Play from A to Z was sadly put on hold, mostly because of the fact that we sort of achieved the level of a character where, it sort of turned into a regular 15 minutes of disco. We had a trader, we had a miner, we had a ship to shoot stuff with, to flash stuff with, and so forth. So there was really nothing else to do on that Let's Play apart from doing our regular 15 minutes of disco series. But now I am again approached by people who want me to do a Let's Play series, so I decided to, I'm going to introduce you guys to a little concept called Hardmode characters. So, I suppose a little bit of history is involved, considering this is nothing I've personally come up with. Hardmode characters are in fact around, and they have been around for quite a few years. I think Zap was the first player, or at least one of the first players on Discovery Freelancer who actually made it, popular. And if you remember, I actually did have a sort of a character for that. It was, I think it was Petit de Capo. And the reason I stopped doing that was because of my own lack of interest, because I kind of made things a little bit too easy on a hard mode character. So what exactly is a hard mode? So let's face it, Freelancer is really not a hard game, especially when you know what to do, what to trade, where to go, and so on and so forth. Not to mention all of these newfangled FL hook, commands kind of make things a little bit too easy as well, and, in general kind of takes a lot away from the game. So the hard mode character principle is that you, as a player, sort of enforce a custom set of rules on your gameplay on top of the server rules. So yeah, it might not sound as fun, and believe me, this sort of gameplay is not for everyone, but it is just to give you a little bit more of a challenge. So what exactly is how exactly are we going to do this? Well, there's a little bit of a list of rules that I'm going to try and explain right now, and it starts off with this. We're going to start off with a completely new character account, so we can have up to 5 ships. By the way, I already know that we can have more than 5 ships on the same account these days, but for the lack of, let's just make things a little bit more simple, because that number may change in the near patches, so let's just say 5. First things first, this is going to be a closed economy thing, so I cannot draw or give cash away from this account. So all of the money that I make on my character, I make for myself. Another limit is going to be the name. If I make a ship with a specific name, I may not rename the ship. Because I kind of noticed that renaming your ship kind of makes you a little bit more loudmouth, because you can easily dodge roleplay consequences, especially as an indie. So this is just one of the things we won't be able to do. Thirdly, all of the ships I'm going to fly is going to be the same character. It means that if one of my character ends up being as an outcast, then obviously I will not be able to make, say, a Liberty Navy ID'd fighter, right? I'm going to stick to the roleplay of my character, whatever it may turn out to be. 4, I'm not going to use a restart. It means that I'm going to start off from Pennsylvania and just see where the roleplay takes me. The character is gonna be some random dude who got enough money to finally break free from the, quote, monotony of the planetside life, and he wants to, earn his fortune in space and just... It's really bland, it's very cliche, but we're just gonna stick with it and just see where it goes, right? So, as far as the videos themselves go, they're gonna be 30 minutes long. I'm going to document, or at least try to document, all of my actions, so you can see what happens. I will probably get to cut out a couple of stuff because, a couple of moments, because they're kind of boring, just me flying around and doing nothing, because that's what sometimes happens in Disco. And let's just see where this goes. So obviously this wouldn't be a hard mode character if not for a death penalty. So what it means that we're going to go the same way as EVE Online, and when your ship is destroyed, you actually lose the ship. So the practice that we're going to apply is that if I die, I have to, first of all, I respawn, I have to go to Connecticut and sell off all of my ship's equipment and the ship itself to the ship dealer and buy myself a camera ship. So that's going to be our, quote, escape capsule. I'm kind of sad that it only sells the camera ship on that base and not a Stargazer, but there we go. So the money that I will get back from selling that ship is going to be, you know, the stuff that I can get, you know, I can sort of scrap through my remains, so to speak. And just to make things a little bit more serious and make sure that, you know, this Let's Play can actually come to a tragic end, is that there is going to be a chance that, let's say, if I roll 1d10 and it lands on 1 or 2, the character is actually going to die. So just to make things a little bit more easier, and to make sure that I don't just brave-heartedly rush into fights. That's also a thing. Alright, and so that's overall the idea. We're just going to set up a new character, closed economy, it can lose its ships, it can lose its life, and just see what happens. Now, obviously, considering I cannot rename my ship, it's pretty obvious that people can recognize this character, and some people are probably going to try and hunt me down, but I suppose it's probably going to make these videos a little more entertaining to watch, I suppose. But, yeah, that's pretty much it. So, this was the introduction. I pretty much told you how it's going to go on. There's probably some rules I missed, but there we go. So, stay put for part 1, and we're actually going to start this little gravy train rolling. This is Spazzy Dragon, aka Syndromes. Stay put for part 1.